And Steve, what a match this is going to be. Eddie Guerrero and Super Crazy. If that wasn't enough, if Ring of Honor bragging rights was not enough, the IWA Intercontinental Championship belt from Puerto Rico on the line to the winner.
And Eric, if I'm correct, this is the first one-on-one contest between Eddie Guerrero and Super Crazy.
Well, no, Steve, if you would have done your homework, you would have realized that they wrestled once before in Puerto Rico, but that's okay.
Well, see, Eric, that's why you're here. You're here to know the facts. I don't know much about Puerto Rico wrestling.
All right, and Eddie Guerrero.
So wait, it's the first time in mainland United States.
Absolutely.
That's what I meant the first time, Eric. Stop trying to be a know-it-all.
And Eddie Guerrero defeated Super Crazy in that matchup. And this
Knew that.
This is a very interesting match. This comes from an actual shoot interview that our video conducted with Eddie Guerrero. They asked him what a dream match for him would be. He picked Super Crazy. The whole Ring of Honor concept was coming together, and they booked the match.
That's right. You can catch that Eddie Guerrero shoot video on rfvideo.com or by calling 215-891-9404.
A lot on the line tonight, especially for Eddie Guerrero, a man fighting personal demons as we speak, rehabilitating himself personally and professionally. A former WWF Intercontinental Champion, former WCW multi-title holder, held belts all over the world. Eddie Guerrero, one of the most accomplished wrestlers of our time. And then you have Super Crazy Steve, who maybe wants to get out of the shadow of being the other guy in those series of matches with Tajiri a couple of years ago. Wants to make a name for himself here tonight at Ring of Honor.
Make a name for himself. Super Crazy is known throughout the world. Japan, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and the United States. Former ECW World Television Champion. And this man can do it all. This is going to be one heck of a contest.
And Steve, you could add a lot of insight into this here because you're a wrestler that has been in the ring with your mentors, like Super Crazy is in there with Eddie Guerrero, a mentor, a man that he has idolized, a man that he looks up to and respects. You have been in there with some of your mentors, Dusty Rhodes, Barry Windham, Al Perez. What is going through the mind right now of Super Crazy? Is he a little bit nervous, maybe a little tentative?
Oh yeah, you're very intimidated when you wrestle a hero, but you know, once the match starts going, once you start getting hit, you realize that, hey, this may be my hero, but you know, I want that championship, I want that win, I want that money. You know, the IWA Intercontinental Heavyweight title is an important title, and you know what? The final is right here at Ring of Honor, which is very, very special.
Absolutely. This matchup to be broadcast on IWA Puerto Rico television. This a very monumental matchup, a dream matchup for fans all over the world for these two. And these two bring about a hybrid of both lucha and American style wrestling. Should be a great one.
And don't forget Japanese style.
Absolutely. That's why you're here.
That's right. I know it all.
Yes. Eddie Guerrero now has him set up for a belly-to-back suplex, drives him down. Eddie Guerrero looks great tonight, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. Just like you said, you know, he's fought the personal demons, and you know what? You got to really respect a man that has fought through the personal and the physical demons to be here at Ring of Honor to wrestle for this important championship.
And while we have this time, how about what we saw just a few minutes ago before this matchup with Mikey Whipwreck and Super Crazy yelling at the Maximos, Divine Storm, and XL, and making the matchup for next month here at the Ring of Honor?
It was crazy. Mikey went to his old friend Super Crazy. He needed an interpreter. I think they got the word out.
Absolutely. And how about HC Loke? He made some kind of a call, was looking for some kind of backup, said he was going to come here next month and make an impact.
Who do you think he called?
Was it you?
Oh, of course not. He doesn't like me.
He doesn't like you. Not a lot of people in that locker room do like you, Steve, do they?
Eric, that's not what they tell me.
Eddie Guerrero now with a headlock, taking things slowly here with Super Crazy. That is the style of Eddie Guerrero. He likes to build up the momentum. If you're Super Crazy, what do you do to combat that? Do you try and take Eddie out of his game psychologically or physically?
Yeah, you have to switch it up a little bit on Eddie Guerrero, you know? Don't let him get into a routine or he's going to beat you.
Super Crazy takes Eddie Guerrero down with that arm drag. Eddie Guerrero up and over goes Super Crazy. Crazy going up top.
Very nice.
That's the last time you saw an arm drag from the top rope.
I did one. Never mind, it's not important.
And right now, Super Crazy taking liberties with Eddie Guerrero, maybe taking a more aggressive route.
Hey, maybe his hero, but he wants to be the champion.
Absolutely. If you're Super Crazy, this is the opportunity of a lifetime for you. This is the time. Maybe you don't have to prove anything to critics critics or the fans or the wrestlers in the back, but maybe you have to prove something to yourself.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, the one time that they wrestled, Eddie Guerrero had his hand raised in victory. Super Crazy has that on his mind.
And Eddie Guerrero has a lot of issues going on in his mind right now, trying to rehabilitate himself. He has those demons that we talked about. This is all part of his rehabilitation process. Wrestling a guy like Super Crazy, wrestling on this prestigious show like Ring of Honor.
Oh, absolutely. Eddie Guerrero has come through a lot. He's gone through major stress in his life. And you know what? I think he's honored to be here at Ring of Honor. I think Super Crazy's honored to be here at Ring of Honor. And oh my goodness, did he just drop him on his head on the concrete floor?
I don't think there's anything honorable about that. And look at the face of Latino Heat. I think we're seeing a little bit of that Latino Heat now oozing machismo out of Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, it's the competitive fire of Eddie Guerrero. He knows how to break the rules. He knows how to use the rules to his advantage. And you know what? Eddie Guerrero is an aggressive pro wrestler, and he's going to win the IWA Intercontinental title, in my opinion, of course.
And look at Eddie Guerrero right now, slowing things down, being a little bit cocky about it, a little bit arrogant, maybe confident. Eddie Guerrero, again, he wrestles the first half of the match as Eddie Guerrero, but now we're seeing that Latino Heat, that cocky character that Eddie Guerrero has coming out in this matchup. That could be the difference.
Once again, it may not be cockiness, it may not be arrogance, it may be just confidence.
And a big fallaway slam there from Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero, of course, no stranger to this town of Philadelphia, made his reputation wrestling in a building around the corner in Philadelphia, as did his opponent. But that is the past. This is the future, the present, the Ring of Honor. This is where it is at.
Guerrero stretching Super Crazy, trying to wear him down, because when you wear your opponent down, Super Crazy usually uses the aerial maneuvers. When you don't have any wind and your muscles are being stressed out, you can't fly and you're off your game.
And Steve, you very well may know about certain wrestlers that come into other promotions with big reputations and maybe they nail it, maybe they don't go out there 150%, but these two guys had no choice watching the talent in the first half of the show. They don't want to be showed up by new kids on the block. They got something to prove out here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you're the main event, everybody wants your spot. These guys, the IWA Intercontinental Heavyweight Title Tournament, it's down to these two guys. They saw the young superstars of Ring of Honor, and they want people to remember this match, not the matches they saw before.
And how credible is Ring of Honor? Victor Quiones and the IWA, they saw the prestige of Ring of Honor. They knew about this matchup, and they said, you know what? We're going to take this. We're going to put our IWA title on the line because of this matchup, because of the prestige of Ring of Honor. What two better wrestlers to have fight over that title than Eddie Guerrero and Super Crazy? And what better place than on this platform of the Ring of Honor?
I totally agree, Eric, and I don't agree with you much.
Well, chalk that up for one. It's Super Crazy now going up top. Super Crazy with a moonsault off the second rope. Eddie Guerrero now having a little bit of a problem here with Super Crazy. Maybe Eddie Guerrero came in and took him lightly. Maybe he knew how admired that he was to Super Crazy and thought he could get by him a little bit easier.
Oh, I don't think so. Eddie Guerrero doesn't take anybody lightly because Eddie Guerrero is a superstar. Eddie Guerrero knows how to get the job done. Eddie Guerrero is all business when he's in the ring. He doesn't take anybody lightly.
Eddie Guerrero has held championship belts from all over the world, territories, organizations, promotions. He's been on a national spotlight. He's been on that platform. What a coup it would be tonight for Super Crazy to beat him. Eddie Guerrero right now setting him up for a Hurricane Rana off the top rope, and he nails it. Are you surprised that he's not following up so quickly with a pin?
Yeah, I am a little surprised, but Eddie Guerrero knows what he's doing. He's a technician in there. Maybe he's got a plan.
Eddie Guerrero now Super Crazy with the reversal. Ducks under, does Eddie Guerrero. Ooh. And a big leg lariat by Super Crazy. The thing about these two guys, they may start it out slow, but once they turn it on, it's going to get fast and fast in a hurry.
Oh, yeah. When they start to pick it up, there's no stopping them. They start off methodical, and then it's fast-paced from there.
Super Crazy right now has Eddie Guerrero in position, maybe for a suplex, maybe for a brainbuster. This match has just been completely back and forth. No real distinct advantage. But Eddie Guerrero now, look at the fire in Eddie Guerrero. Has him up. A sideswipe power bomb. Not enough.
Almost. And once again, the fans of Ring of Honor showing their appreciation, not just for Eddie Guerrero, but for both Eddie Guerrero and Super Crazy.
How about Eddie Guerrero just driving the back of Super Crazy into the mat, holds on, covers him, still not enough. Total World backbreaker, continues to work on the back. The psychology of Eddie Guerrero is second to none. Super Crazy right now has to be real uncomfortable, and Steve, you know what it's like in there inside of the ring. When you fall on that mat, it's not just padded, it's not a mattress, it hurts.
Oh yeah, this ain't a trampoline, this ain't ballet, this is Ring of Honor. And you know what, that ring hurts, and especially when you get dropped on your head just like Eddie Guerrero just did to Super Crazy, and he's going for it again.
He's holding on. Reputation, the reputation of Super Crazy means nothing right now to Eddie Guerrero. Once that bell rang, Super Crazy is just like all of Eddie Guerrero's other opponents.
Talking about bell rang, Super Crazy just had his bell rang twice, 2 brainbusters in a row. Eddie Guerrero going up top. Could it be the world famous frog splash?
The best in the business, the best frog splash in the business. Eddie Guerrero goes up. No, rolls through.
But he saw it coming.
Another
small package.
They got him. Super Crazy just pinned Eddie Guerrero. Super Crazy just pinned Eddie Guerrero.
Unbelievable match we just saw. Super Crazy, the new IWA Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Eddie Guerrero, Super Crazy. I'm speechless. What a great match.
Look at how quick that ended. As quick as it began, it ended. And Eddie Guerrero's going to have to go back, and he's going to have to work a little harder on what he needs to do to get himself back into ring shape.
I don't think it had anything to do with ring shape. It just, tonight, Ring of Honor debut show, Super Crazy was just the better man.
Super Crazy on his game tonight. It was those intangibles that we have been talking about throughout the night. And look at that. 2 sportsmen there.
What a show of respect there. Eddie Guerrero and Super Crazy, 2 great athletes, 2 great professional wrestlers, 2 great men.
Eddie Guerrero, a sign of approval for Super Crazy. What a victory here for the new IWA Intercontinental Champion, Super Crazy.
A beautiful belt. The fans are showing so much support for Super Crazy, the new IWA Intercontinental Champion. And you know what? What better way? What more do we have here at Ring of Honor to top this?
We have one more match to top it. Low-key Christopher Daniels and the American Dragon coming up next.
Unbelievable. That 3-way, what we've seen tonight, how can that 3-way be better than everything else?
Find out soon enough.
The pressure's on. Super Crazy being